Romford Film Festival. My name is Jack, and at first I just want to get everyone to know who you are, so give me your name and what you worked on.
My name is Harvey, and I worked on How Do You Move Banksy.
My name is Pavlos, and I'm the writer-director of the film Hunter.
And I'm Estelle Bruty. I'm the director of Distant Waters.
Okay, so my first question is for all of you. Do you have any favourite scenes or sequences from your films?
Yes, that was when the door just got totally broken. Basically, they couldn't move the Banksy into the art gallery because of that door.
Yeah.
And they just got to the point where they thought, there's nothing we can do, we literally have to break it.
Yeah.
So I immediately went backwards because I thought there was going to be glass flying. Now that door cost £3,000, so it wasn't a cheap thing, and ironically, 2 or 3 minutes after they found that there was a simple screw that they could do, so because of that, they were down about £3,000.
Favorite scene? I think the scene where the father and the daughter kind of like, they make up in the basement of the building and she doesn't kill the stray. I kind of like this scene because I think the actors perform it really well. But I also, when I watch it in a movie theater with other people, I like to see whether they clap because they think it's the end of the film.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like the effect that I wanted to.
Yeah. I got that when I first saw it. I did think that, and I
that it's
thought
gonna
it was
end.
spectacular. Yeah.
For my part, can you hear me? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Not really? Here?
No.
Okay, yes. I like the scene when they are when they go back to the house on the little footpath on the sea, and it was a moment where the light, it was around golden hour, and we had like 2 minutes to bring all the gear up there on the footpath, and then you had this halo in the trees, which was like an aureole or something, and it was so hard to get that, so we shot only once, and it was a success.
What was the hardest thing about the film? Like, what hardest thing to shoot?
I think the hardest thing for me was certainly being outside because it was pissing down with rain totally. So thankfully that day I had actually brought an umbrella, but it just made doing things awkward because at the same time I'm taking photos as well. So having the video camera, having another camera in another hand, and holding the umbrella was quite tricky.
What was the trickiest part for you?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely the last scene, the exterior one that we shot on the first day, and we had, I think, the shot list was 15 or 16 shots, and it was very early in the morning, and because we shot in December, and we knew we had a small day in front of us, and it was nerve-wracking, and I think you might notice that some of the shots we had to bring up in the color grading because it was starting to get a bit dark.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we managed eventually.
Well, for me, the whole adventure was difficult because the film was funded by a crowdfunding and by people who came to work for free. So it was so difficult, to have everything lined up, everybody coming at the right time. I mean, the actors changed 3 times. Very difficult to get the material. It was shot in Bretagne, in France, and it was pouring water, although it was the end of August. Well, everything was difficult on that film.
So, Chris, you did a film about Banksy. Did you meet him, or is it who you think it is?
Well, that person I arrowed at the very end, because the weird thing was this guy wasn't really doing anything at all, and I couldn't work out why on earth is that guy there.
Yeah.
And looking back at it again and just seeing he's just sitting in the art gallery, not doing anything at all, and I thought it was just very, very weird because everyone else was doing something. Like the whole construction team, the head guy was the son of was the father of the art gallery's owner. So everyone had a role, but fat guy, very mysterious.
Do you know who he was?
No, I was never told.
So for Hunter, where was this filmed?
The main location was actually, how to describe it, sort of like an old hospital for disabled children, I think from the 1930s or something.
Yeah.
That's why you might see some paintings on the walls in specific scenes. And we were lucky enough, it's still within a space that is functional and it's for children with special needs, I think. That particular building is out of use, obviously, and it's protected by the state. So it had to be perfect, and I'm very glad we found it because we couldn't make any major adjustments to the walls. And we brought in a lot of trash and a lot of debris from other places that we cleaned afterwards, but we couldn't make very heavy adjustments.
Were there any other places that you looked at, or was that like the first that you'd seen?
Yeah, a lot of places. Location scouting was the most difficult part. Yeah, we had to look nearly all the abandoned, buildings around Athens, and it's in many of them it's very difficult to find who is managing those. And for other buildings, you will have, they could be very dangerous as well. So we couldn't bring a film crew and the actors in there to shoot. So it was like at the very end, I think it was a weekend prior to the shooting of the film that we managed to actually get access to that one.
Chris, how did you come up with your idea that you wanted to do this, how to move a Banksy painting? How did you come up with the idea?
I literally didn't come up with it. So basically, one of the photo agencies I work for said, at 8:30 there's a photo call, go down there. So I went down to the Yamaha music shop in Soho to photograph it, and then I realised that this is going to be a really rare opportunity to get something that really doesn't get caught on camera. So I thought I was going to be there 8:30, gone in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Got there at 8:30. I didn't leave central London until about 5:30 in the morning.
Wow.
So it was a long, continuous slog, and I didn't want to leave until I'd seen it end up in its final sort of resting place.
How much footage did you keep in, or is there anything that we didn't see?
There's about 3 hours of footage in total, so it's really trimmed down because it's not a quick process.
No.
It looks quick there, but believe me, just getting out of the first building took hours because it's a listed building, and as you can see when it's coming through that door, it's just scraping the wood. And again, they had to keep that building as undamaged as possible. So it was just a great privilege basically to be there and have the good luck to have been told about it.
Yeah. Do we have any questions from our audience?
You need to put your hands up and I'll come over for a question. I have one for Estelle on Distant Waters. This is a first-time film for you, isn't it?
Yes, very, very first film.
Absolutely incredible. Can we get a round of applause for that? Because that's a beautiful film. It's an incredibly beautiful film.
Thank you.
What would you say you've learned about, not necessarily filmmaking, but about yourself during the process of making this movie?
Actually, for many times, I thought, I'm going to make the character of Laetitia younger, and I will have a young actress to do it. And I thought, some people say that there is a tunnel, for actresses at the age of 50 when they can't get any jobs. And I thought, if I don't even give me the job, who would? But really, I had to fight myself because people told me, so you're going to film yourself. Wow, how about that? And that was the most difficult thing to overcome, I thought.
And got a hand. Excellent. See, I asked one, and then everybody wants to. Shame's just all the way over here.
It's a question for each of you. If you had to pick a film apart from your own, which other did you particularly enjoy today?
I love Berta, but I had seen it already. It's a great film. I mean, very funny and at the same time so true.
I think it was a great selection overall. I don't know. Berta and Sylvia, I think, yeah, probably.
I think for me as well, I loved Berta. I also liked Sylvia as well, because I didn't realise that Sylvia Pankhurst lived literally around the corner from where I live, so that was a nice surprise.
Thank you.
Anyone else? As filmmakers, it's all about collaborative and learning and everything like that. Is there any one question that any of you three would like to ask each other about this process?
For the Banksy, I found it really funny, and the more it was going, the longer it was going, the funnier it was. And was it the intention?
No, I mean, literally, after I viewed all the footage, I was just sort of picking out the stories, and for me, first of all, seeing the keys going missing and the disaster.
Because I thought the answer was, can you move how do you move a Banksy? You can't. So because they want to have it to sell it, I guess, because of the value of the Banksy.
Oh yes, yes. So basically, when it ended up at the Yield Gallery, I thought that was going to be its final resting place. But apparently, it got moved somewhere else as well. But now the art gallery no longer exists. It's just totally and utterly gone now, because I wanted to go back and just speak with the owner and just get a few interviews with him, but never got a chance to do that, unfortunately.
Well, the thing I was thinking while I was watching your film, I think you kind of answered it already, was about, because exterior shooting generally scares me as a filmmaker, and I was thinking about how hard it might have been, and how do you manage to do almost an entire film shot on the outside and in the coastline on an island, it's...
Yes, it was horribly hard, and I didn't know that. So that's why I said, let's shoot the film outside. It's so beautiful. And then I went into the technical details, and with all my technicians, we found the way for against the. I mean, it was all. For example, when we were on the little mountain at the beginning, it happened to have a lot of wind, and so our sound engineer put 2 T-shirts under our T-shirts. He just improvised at that moment, and we put the micro cravat here and between the 2 T-shirts, and actually it worked. But I mean, we thought we wouldn't be able to use the sound, that we would have to do everything in post-prod again.
Oh, you did. I mean, you did an absolutely fantastic
no, we didn't
job.
have.
As a first-time film director, how does it feel actually seeing it on the screen?
I did also the editing, so it doesn't make me too much, because I was the one to send the film to the festival, so I was afraid that the sound wouldn't be synchro with the image, so I had to look at everything, and by the time it was finished, I didn't see anything. So I just looked at does it work, and when I said okay, it works, it was finished.
Yes, it very much does.
Okay. Thank you for being here, and could we give a round of applause for our panelists?